Good morning, welcome to today's daily devotion, which is called Such a High Priest, and it's taken from Hebrews chapter 8, verse 1. When an Old Testament sinner came to the altar with his offering, it was up to the priest to guide him through the various rituals specified for the particular kind of offering being brought. It might be a sin offering, for instance. The sinner would be required to lay his hand upon the sacrifice. Then he must take the proffered knife and personally slay the lamb. The priest would then dismember it and examine it. If it passed the test, he would place it on the fire, and the sinner would see it burn to ashes in his stead. He would go away feeling much better about his sin. Before long, however, he might have doubts. He would go back to the priest. "Do you know," he might say, "I really don't feel any different than I did before. Are you sure that the blood of that animal really took away my sin?" The priest would say, "I suppose so. At least the law prescribes such and such a sacrifice for such and such a sin. I cannot tell you any more than that." It was all very unsatisfactory. The New Testament underlines the point. The book of Hebrews says, "It is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sins." Chapter 10, verse 4. As the hymn writer says, not all the blood of beasts on Jewish altars slain could give the guilty conscience peace, nor wash away the stain. Some years ago, I, being John Phillips, was in Vichy in France. It is a busy spa health resort to which people come from all over the world to take the cure. Brooding over the town is the Roman Catholic Church of Our Lady of Healing, where a black statue of Mary dominates all. It was the dome, however, that most impressed me. High up in the dome is a picture. In that picture, Christ is in the shadows, and Mary fills the foreground. The picture is so painted that Mary's robe lights up when the sun shines on it. She stands triumphant, trampling a writhing serpent. On the base of the dome are two quotations. One reads, "God so loved the world, he gave his only son," a quotation from John chapter 3, verse 16. The other one, executed in letters that dwarf the Bible text, gives a quotation from St. Bernard. "It is God's will that we obtain all things through Mary." That painting struck me forcibly with the realization that the Virgin Mary is Rome's greatest mediator, not Christ. A moment's thought, however, shows the fallacy of that. All over the world, at any given moment, thousands of devout Catholics are praying to Mary. She is bombarded with countless prayers in thousands of tongues. To hear them all, she would need to be omnipotent. To unravel them all and to be cognizant of them all, she would need to be omniscient. To respond to them all, she would need to be omnipotent. If you want anything, says Rome, then go to Mary. But Mary is not God. She has none of the attributes of deity. So why pray to Mary? It's not very satisfactory, we might well say. We need not a Mary, nor a fallible priest, whether of Rome or anywhere else. We need a priest who is able to save them to the uttermost that come unto God by him. A priest who ever liveth to make intercession. Hebrews 7:25. Thankfully, we have such a high priest. Hebrews 8:1. He is our mediator with the Father. 1 Timothy 2:5. He is all we need. He is a powerful high priest. For in the tradition of Melchizedek, Genesis 14:18-20 and Hebrews 6:20, he is both priest and king. He is a permanent high priest, for he is alive forevermore and has the keys of death and Hades, Revelation 1:18. He is a perfect high priest, free from all sin and able to deal with ours, Hebrews 9:7, 11-14. And he is a patient high priest, touched with the feeling of our infirmities, being both God and man, and therefore able to make intercession for us.
He is very satisfactory indeed.
Well, I hope that was an encouragement to you. Whatever you're up to today, God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow for another devotion.